Welcome back to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your storyteller-in-chief, and today we're tackling a problem every product-based small business knows in their bones: inventory that just eats margin and morale. Stick with us. We've got a micro case study where an indie shop cut stockouts by about 40% and freed up roughly 12% inventory days in just 30 days. That's real cash and real breathing room. Let's make it irresistible.
Pattern detected. Inventory friction. Hi, I'm Nova. We'll unpack a privacy-safe set of signals and conservative AI heuristics that don't require a data scientist. Clarity achieved. This is a system you can start in a weekend with a spreadsheet, some smartphone signals, and a few automations.
Striker here. I'll show the lightweight build option for curious builders, a compact clustering and rolling average approach you can prototype in a few hours. Deploying now, metaphorically, so you can decide whether to stay no-code or take a tiny step toward code.
And I'm Pulse. I'll translate this into operations. The 30-day pilot checklist, KPIs, human approval gates, and who does what on day one. Let's streamline this so teams don't panic when a suggestion lands in their inbox. Order with checks, not blind automation.
First, that founder story. Picture an independent shop that sells specialty candles and accessories. They run about 120 SKUs, have seasonal spikes, and track sales in a simple POS. After a 20 SKU pilot using our no-code routine, they saw stockouts drop by almost half and trimmed inventory days by about 12%. The owner called it game-changing, smiled over the phone actually. Humans love this stuff.
Let's define the system quickly. Minimal signals, sales cadence, daily or weekly POS polls, supplier lead time confidence, simple customer opt-in restock requests, and local proxies, like events or weather patterns. Importantly, keep it privacy safe, opt-ins only, aggregated local proxies, and no raw customer PII in the model.
Right. For lead times, don't trust a single supplier quote as gospel. Capture a lead time confidence band: mean, min, max, and most recent. That way, your reorder logic isn't brittle when a supplier has a hiccup. Architecting the fix: encode conservative buffers and require human approval above a spend threshold.
Operationally, that means two things. 1. Set an approval gate for any automated suggestion over your conservative cap. 2. Default the first 60 days of AI suggestions to human review only. Order volume caps, cooldown windows, and a visible audit trail. That's how systems never sleep without surprising the team.
Okay, no-code playbook time. Producers and listeners, you can run this in a weekend. Step 1. Export your last 90 days of POS sales into a spreadsheet and normalize per SKU daily sales. Step 2. Add supplier lead time columns and a lead time confidence score. Step 3. Create a simple reorder suggestion formula, a rolling 14-day average times lead time plus safety stock. Let's make that sparkle.
I'll break the spreadsheet recipe into specifics. Column A, SKU. Column B, daily average sales over N days. We recommend 14 by default. Column C, supplier lead time in days. Column D, lead time confidence band. Column E, suggested reorder point equals B times C plus safety buffer. Column F, last order date and current on hand. Keep formulas simple so non-technical staff can audit them.
If you want a tiny automation, push the spreadsheet into a Zapier or Makeflow. Trigger when suggested reorder point exceeds on hand. But, and this is key, route to a human approval step if the suggested order value exceeds your spend cap. That prevents over-automation triggering large orders that strain cash or storage. Precision wins.
And add one more column, suggested max order, a cap you set per SKU or category for the pilot. The automation should never create an order larger than that without explicit sign-off. Let's streamline this so the first month is all about learning, not emergency restocks.
For listeners who like a little hand-holding, we've made template spreadsheets and a video walkthrough you can download from the Resource Hub. We'll also include copy for the opt-in restock SMS or in-store sign-up so customers can volunteer demand signals. Creativity unlocked. These nudges actually move behavior.
Now, the lightweight build option for builders who want a tiny model without production complexity. Take your per SKU time series, run a simple rolling average plus a short-term decay factor, and then cluster SKUs by demand volatility. Use cluster-level forecasts to inform safety stocks rather than overfitting per SKU when data is sparse.
Concretely, compute a 14-day rolling average, a 7-day rolling variance, then assign SKUs into 3 clusters: steady, variable, sporadic. For steady SKUs, shorter lead buffer. For variable, longer safety stock. That clustering keeps you from building a heavyweight model and still captures meaningful patterns. Deploying now, in prototype form, is fast and useful.
From ops perspective, cluster outputs should map to different approval workflows. Steady SKUs auto-suggest to a junior buyer for quick sign-off. Variable SKUs get routed to the owner or ops lead. Sporadic SKUs trigger a manual check and community-sourced probes, which we'll talk about next.
Community and behavioral angle, my favorite. Think local events, weather, and loyalty nudges as demand proxies. A rainy weekend might bump candle sales. Simple. Or partner with a neighboring bakery for shared event calendars. And ask customers directly, want restock alerts for this scent? That opt-in becomes a high-quality demand signal.
2 practical notes on proxies. Keep them aggregated and non-identifying, and record them as binary or small categorical signals. Event, yes, no. Weather, normal, heavy rain. That limits privacy exposure and keeps the model robust. Clarity achieved. Proxies add signal without adding risk.
You can even add local co-op restock queues. 3 indie shops pool a tiny buffer on shared fast-moving SKUs. When Shop A has a spike, Shop B and C can chip in to cover immediate demand while a formal supplier order arrives. That's a social approach to liquidity and reduces single shop stockout pain.
Operationally, give the co-op simple rules: a cap per partner, a replenishment rotation, and a shared ledger that tracks transfers. If you do this, you also need agreed-upon credit settlement terms. Otherwise, goodwill vanishes fast. Order the process, and momentum follows.
All right, pilot plan and roles. Here's a 30-day checklist in plain English. Day 0, pick 10 to 20 SKUs. Export 90 days of sales. Add lead time data. Day 1 to 3, build the spreadsheet and safety caps. Day 4, set up the approval automation. Day 5 to 30, run suggestions, collect human approvals, log outcomes, and adjust buffers. Pulse. Who owns which step?
Owner roles. Store owner approves policy and caps. Ops lead, if you have one, manages daily review. A designated buyer hits approve on routine orders. And a single exec signs off on anything above the cap. KPIs, stockout rate, inventory days, and cash tied up. Track these weekly.
Add a supplier risk check to the pilot, a confidence band, and an alternate supplier column. If a lead time jumps outside its confidence band, the system flags the SKU as at risk and suggests a contingency, alternate supplier, or emergency buffer. This mitigates supplier lead time shocks.
For builders, log every suggestion and the final decision. That audit trail is gold. It helps you tune the model, measure false positives, and understand human behavior. Also, set automated cooldown windows so repeated suggestions for the same SKU don't spam your buyer. That's how you keep reliability high without noise.
Time for our flexible role play. We'll walk through a reorder suggestion for a best-selling candle, sea salt and driftwood.
On hand shows 8 units. 14-day rolling average is 2 units per day. Supplier lead time is 7 days with medium confidence. Safety buffer is 10 units. What do we do? Nova, talk me through the reorder point.
Calculate. Reorder point equals daily average times lead time plus safety buffer. That's 2 times 7 equals 14 plus safety 10 equals 24. With 8 on hand, the suggested reorder is 16 units. But check the spend cap and supplier confidence before you place anything.
Operational check. What's the dollar value of 16 units? If that exceeds your conservative monthly cap, route to owner approval. Also, check if any upcoming local event or weather proxy suggests demand will spike. If a coastal festival is this weekend, maybe bump safety higher. If not, stay conservative.
From a systems view, do we have cluster info? If this SKU is in the steady cluster, you might trust the 16 unit suggestion more. If variable, consider ordering a smaller emergency batch now and schedule a follow-up order after 7 days. And always honor the human approval gate above the cap.
So the decision becomes human first. Suggested order 16, but route for approval if cost above cap or if cluster proxy says variable. I love this. It's conservative, human approved, and actionable. That's viral energy for operations that actually work.
Before we close, quick reminder on risks we considered: noisy sales data, over-automation, non-technical listeners feeling overwhelmed, and supplier shocks. Our mitigations: start small, human sign-off for 60 days, spend caps, and supplier risk checks with alternates.
And for anyone worried about being overwhelmed, use our templates. Follow the 10-20 SKU pilot and run the spreadsheet with one buyer. We built the resource hub for handholding, SOPs, video walkthroughs, and a producer-ready guest list if you want coaching.
For builders, the tiny model cluster approach is your low-cost path. Log, iterate, and measure. Precision wins when you combine simple math, sensible caps, and human judgment.
Okay, friends, 3 immediate actions to take this week. 1. Pick 10 to 20 SKUs and export 90 days of sales. 2. Build the simple reorder spreadsheet using the rolling average formula and set conservative spend caps. 3. Start one human-approved automation for reorder suggestions. Do those and you'll see clarity fast. Let's make it irresistible.
If you want the detailed 30-day checklist and templates, visit our resource hub. The links and prompt packs are there. Start small, measure weekly, and remove friction as you learn. Order the process and momentum follows.
For the privacy and safety-minded, remember, opt-ins only, aggregated proxies, no PII in models, and keep human approval on by default for 60 days. Efficiency is inevitable when you respect guardrails.
If you're a builder curious to prototype the tiny clustering model, we included a starter notebook and a JSON export-friendly example in the hub. Take it, tweak it, and tell us what you learn. That's how systems scale without surprises. Latency eliminated, metaphorically.
That's our show. Head to apexblue.ai/resources for the templates, videos, and the pilot checklist. If you try the pilot, send us a note. We love a good success story. And before we sign off, stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.